Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode with the Health and Harmony Goals. Today, we are going to chat to you guys a little bit about the law of attraction. So, we'll just touch on obviously what the law of attraction is. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that do know, this is still going to be super interesting. So we'll just touch on a little bit about law of attraction, and then we'll go into 10 ways that you can start using the law of attraction in your life and some mistakes to avoid when using the law of attraction.
100%. I think the law of attraction is such a beautiful thing once you learn about it and how it works, because I think a lot of people try their hardest to manifest things into their life, but they're doing it all wrong. So we just want to help you guys understand what the law of attraction is, and how you can put it into action in your life the best way possible and avoid those silly little mistakes that are silly in the beginning, because you don't actually know that you're doing it wrong, but
100%.
You'll know by the end of this episode.
By the end of this episode, you will know. I think also some people get so confused by the law of attraction. It sounds like something that's so like far out of reach, but really it's honestly, you're probably already doing it every single day in your life, whether you're doing it negatively or positively, you are in some sort of a way practicing the law of attraction. So just to touch on what the law of attraction actually is, I mean, first of all, you need to accept that everything in your life is under your control. So it's a reflection of what's going on in your inside body. So, I mean, whether you're attracting negative thoughts or positive thoughts or creating these negative and positive thoughts, that's what you're going to attract more of in your life. So, I mean, everything is going to manifest, whether, like I said, it's positive or negative. And yeah, it's obviously through your subconscious mind. So just knowing that you have control over your thoughts, and as hard as it may seem, you really do.
And I think once you start to realize that the thoughts that you replay in your mind over and over and over and over again create a reality, and that you can actively, I mean, the only thing you can really control is your thoughts. When you realize that just changing your thoughts can completely change your life, it's such an amazing thing to realize. It's like magic.
It's exactly like magic. I think, like we were saying about things that are positive and negative, a lot of people, and it's not to say that there's anything wrong with you as a person. I mean, it's really difficult to take control of your thoughts. A lot of people are so trapped in their thoughts that they really feel like there's no escaping them. But just to start taking control of your thoughts, especially the negative thoughts, and what you're focusing on, to just really, really and truly believe that what you're focusing on and what you're trying to think about is really going to grow. So, as we always say, positivity breeds positivity and negativity breeds negativity. So, the more you focus on frustration and anger and depression and those types of emotions, that is going to manifest into your life. Literally, frustration, it's going to breed frustration. Negativity is going to breed negativity. Same thing as the positive side of things.
It's the same thing with, I mean, I think we've spoken about this before, but how you start your day can influence the rest of your day. So like we say, you wake up, you stub your toe on the side of the bed, you spill your coffee, you get angry, you do something else, you get angry, and your day just spirals into
why is this happening to me?
Exactly. But if you wake up in a good mood and you continue the day in that good mood without getting angry or whatever happens that creates these annoying emotions, then you have a better day.
Exactly. So I think, I mean, we always are big believers, and I mean, we've said it in probably every podcast we've ever done, but gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. We even posted today, less attitude, more gratitude. Like, guys, the more gratitude you have in your life for things that are around you, the more you'll find to be grateful for. The same thing as the things that you hate in your life and the things that make you upset, the more you focus on them in your life, the more things you'll get to hate and be upset about and frustrated about and depressed about. So simply, the law of attraction is the reflection of what is going on in your inside mind and your subconscious mind. So just make sure that you're focusing on things that are positive and things that you really want in your life. And like Roxanne, I always say, the wording is super important. Like, you might think you're focusing on something positive, but you may be using the wrong words. So that's just simply put, I think, what the law of attraction is, or means to us.
Yes. Shall we jump into
Yes.
the 10, what's it, tips?
Yeah, so we've got 10 ways that you can start using the law of attraction in your life if you don't already. And even if you do already, these are just 10 little steps. And like we always say with everything that we give you steps for, you don't have to use all 10 steps. If you pick 3, that's fine. If you pick 1, that's fine. But these are 10 steps that will just guide you along the way and give you a bit of guidance. So, I mean, you can listen to this podcast over and over, or you can write some of these down. But yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So the first one is just to learn and be aware of the law of attraction and what it's telling you. So, I mean, I think we pretty much covered what the law of attraction is. And once you start to, you can even go Google more about law of attraction after this if you think it's something that you want to learn more about or want to get more information on. The more you know and the more you're aware of it, the better you can use it to your advantage, I think.
100%.
So just educate yourself.
Educate yourself. Exactly. And then the next way you can do any of these is to be willing to accept that you are creating your own experience. So like we said, I mean, whether you want to believe it or not, all the negativity that's going on around you, you may be manifesting in your life. All the positivity around you may be manifesting in your life. So just be willing to accept that you are breeding these things into your life. Yes, sometimes we do question why are things happening to us, but maybe instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Look at the reason that it's happened and maybe try to take the positive out of the situation. I know it's really difficult, especially in hard times, but I mean, to just look and it sounds so corny and cheesy, but to look at the silver lining in the situation and just understand that, I mean, something may have happened or bad may have happened, but you have control over the next experience in your life and try to manifest the positive instead of focusing on the negative.
Yeah. And just remember that everything happens for you and not to you. And even though it may seem super dark and like no light at the end of the tunnel, whatever you may be going through, that the universe will only give you what you can handle. And it gives you things that may be difficult to teach you a lesson or to make you stronger or to whatever the lesson may be. You're going to look back on it a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, and maybe even 10 years from now, and just be so grateful for not the experience, but what came from it. Yeah.
Completely agree.
Okay. The next thing is to know exactly what you want in your life and expect to receive it. So I think a big mistake people make when wanting to manifest things is they're not very specific about what they want. And I mean, we always go back to weight loss goals because I think this is most people's like bottom line goal if you're a female. But a lot of people just say they want to lose weight. They don't put a number on it. They don't put a time frame on it. And then they also don't believe that they'll ever achieve that goal weight or whatever your weight loss goal would be. So making it more specific makes it a lot easier to know when you've achieved it. Otherwise, you just go on a perpetual cycle of maybe next day, listen to me, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe whenever I'll get there. And also when you're more specific, then the universe knows exactly what you want.
100%. And I think it also goes back to believing, I mean, like we were speaking about earlier, about being willing to change your future, pretty much. If you are willing to receive these things, I mean, it's one thing putting all the positive things out there and being like, you know what, I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family, or I'm going to drive a Ferrari, or I'm going to get the job of my dreams. But like, do you still have that little voice in the back of your head that's going, you'll never do that. You're not able to do that. Like, you have to take control of that situation, because you may be you may be putting positivity out there, but you yourself don't even believe it. So how is the universe supposed to give you something that you don't necessarily believe you deserve?
100%.
So that's a super important point. Then I think next, I mean, like we always talk about writing things down, but create a vision board for yourself. You can use text, you can use pictures, whatever your situation is. I think vision boards are superiorly underrated. I don't even know if that's a good sentence, but they really are underrated. I think just being able to see every single day what you've put out into the universe or what you want in your life makes it so much more achievable to your mind without you even realizing what's going on. You just start, and that's why it's called a vision board. You literally start to visualize all of these things happening in your life, and if that's what you're doing, you are manifesting these things into your life instead of things that are not meant for you.
And visualization is such an incredible and powerful tool. I mean, I've heard so many stories, positive success stories from people who made a vision board. Didn't necessarily, you don't have to keep it up somewhere where you see it every day, although that could also be a more, what's the word?
In your face
better,
kind of way.
better process. But I've heard so many stories about people who've created their vision board, they've maybe packed it in a cupboard and moved houses, and even like 5-10 years down the line found this vision board and then achieved everything they put on their vision board.
100%.
So it's almost like just imprinting on your subconscious mind what your goals and desires are, and then your mind just does the rest. So I love vision boards. And I mean, even I know a lot of Olympic athletes or athletes in general always visualize achieving what they want to in their whatever sports they do. Sorry, Tommy's gonna be so distracted. Yeah, sit down, boy. So let's say divers or whatever always visualize their triple spin pointer, whatever they do on the diving board. And the ones who do that generally have a higher success rate of getting it done.
You honestly have to picture yourself doing something. Like if you picture yourself as being the first millionaire in your family, like you have to picture yourself receiving that money in the account, how that money makes you feel. Like, what are you doing with that money? Pretend it's already a part of your life. And as much as it may seem like dreaming, it's actually visualizing and manifesting.
Yep. Okay, the next thing is to spend 3 minutes each morning and night affirming what you want by reviewing your vision board. So I think affirmations are also such an awesome tool. And if you have whatever your dream, desire, goal, manifestation is, put it into a sentence as if it's already happened. And then just say that 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the evening. It's just another way of cementing it into your subconscious mind that you already believe that it's happened, that is what you want to happen. And yeah, I think your subconscious will do the rest.
I think like Rox was saying, I mean, it's not necessarily for everyone that they want their vision board in a place that's visible to you all the time, but to when you've done your vision board, like Rox is saying, write down affirmations relating to your vision board that you can reflect back on every morning and evening. You don't necessarily have to look at your vision board, but just to affirm what you really want from your vision board or from your life is really, really going to work. Okay, then the next thing you can do is to recognize and rid yourself of resisting thoughts. So this is obviously similar to limiting beliefs like we've spoken about before. It's ideas, emotions, and events that oppose your intentions. So just like we were saying earlier about that little voice in the back of your head that says, you'll never be able to do that. Or you may have somebody actually in real life, in your life, that says those things to you. I mean, whether it's a parent or a grandparent or a teacher or a lecturer or a friend, you may have someone that really doubts you as a person, and that inflicts doubts in your own mind. You need to be able to either block those things out or confront the situation and be like, listen, I believe in myself. Like, you may not believe in me, and that's fine, but please, can you keep your thoughts to yourself? Get rid of those resisting thoughts. I mean, if you're going to listen to other people, you literally will become the prisoner to their thoughts, and they will manifest your life for you because you'll start to believe exactly what they're saying. So don't allow yourself to go through that.
Yeah, and always remember that we're all naturally our own biggest critic. So it's very easy to say, stop telling yourself you can't do whatever you want to achieve. But it takes practice, like anything. Practice makes perfect. So start practicing just every time, like noticing every time you find yourself thinking negatively about yourself, turn it into a positive thought, and eventually it'll become second nature.
I was honestly just going to say, like, it's on you. Sometimes you feel like you're a little bit crazy, but you find yourself saying something negative about yourself or thinking negative about yourself. And in your mind, you need to be able to have that confrontation with yourself where, I mean, this was before I started this whole like, my journey, if you want to call it that. But I used to catch myself out at the beginning because I was like, I need to stop. And I used to catch myself out, like every time I looked in the mirror, I was looking for like where I looked so fat, and I was like, ew, this looks so disgusting, and ew. And every time I said something bad about myself, I honestly used to reflect back on myself, and I was like, excuse me, who do you think you're talking to? Like, you're speaking about yourself. If that's the way you're going to speak about yourself, you're just going to manifest more of the bad stuff. And you sound like a crazy person to yourself because you're not even having this conversation in real life. It's happening in your head. But you have to be able to call yourself out on your own bullshit, because if you can't do it, then who the hell else is going to? No one else can hear what's going on in your mind. Only you can.
Yeah. It almost reminds me of in the movies when they have like the little devil and the little angel.
Exactly the same situation.
Like, just flick the devil off and listen to the angel.
And think about it, in those movie situations, the devil is always stronger. Like the devil's little voice is always like, it's always there. It's like a little fly in your ear. Like if you can take control of that little voice, you are winning at life.
Sorted.
Yes.
Okay. Next is to be aware of any new ideas and inspiration that comes pertaining to your goals and your vision board, and write them down. So, I mean, I think we're also going to talk about taking inspired action, but the more you start to focus and think and really just put more intention and positivity into your goals and desires, the more ideas that will come into your head, the more things that might happen around you that you realize, oh, if I actually take this opportunity, or if I go to this networking event, or whatever the case may be, it's actually going to help you get closer to achieving that goal or dream.
100%.
So always keep your mind thinking about your goals and your dreams, because your mind will constantly think of ways of doing it, new ideas.
And things to add to it.
Yeah.
Like your little dreams may become, I mean, this is your dream may to make money, like we were saying, or to, have a family, whatever your goal is. But if your goal is like business related, like the more you think about it, the more, like Roxy's saying, you'll focus on it, and then things will start to grow in your mind about how you can better your business, how you can add to your business, how everything will just grow, and it will just keep on growing. So I think that's I love that point.
And I think also keep a notebook with you, because ideas come at the most random time, and by the time you get home and you want to write down whatever you thought about during the day, it's gone. So just keeping a pen, even if it's just a pen and a piece of paper or whatever it may be, in your handbag or in your car, or like even use your notes app on your phone, just jot down all these ideas, because maybe in a month from now, and when you go through all the ideas that come up, it's going to almost put together a whole plan for you to achieve that goal, where you wouldn't have had those ideas and
in the first place,
action plan steps, whatever you want to call them, before.
And that's the thing, it's completely right what you're saying. You might actually have the most ingenious ideas for your business or for your life or whatever it is, and by the time you get home, you fully forget about it. And by the time, like Rox is saying, in a month's time, you could have had 40 new business ideas for your business, but every one that you've thought about, you haven't written down and you've completely forgotten about. And then you sit down and have a conversation with someone one day who's giving you advice on your business, and they're like, why don't you do this? And you're like, I actually thought about that once. Like, I completely forgot. So don't be your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, another example is to always maintain a healthy body through daily exercise and proper eating. So this is like the biggest thing ever, what we always talk about. You can't have a healthy body without a healthy mind, and you can't have a healthy mind without a healthy body. So it's one thing trying to positively manifest things into your life and use the law of attraction. But I mean, if you're eating takeaway KFC and McDonald's every single day and feeding your body with 72 liters of Coca-Cola, hashtag no judging you, but you kind of need to fix your life. Like, seriously, guys, it's so important to keep your body as healthy as your mind is, and your mind as healthy as your body is. So the two of them work fully in conjunction. One cannot function without the other. Simple as that. And obviously, as we've spoken about before, moving your body every day through exercise, whether it's 5-minute stretches or a 50-minute boxing session, whatever your situation is, whatever works for you that day, do something.
And I think also, once you start to treat your body with respect by moving it and feeding it proper nutrition, your mind clears up. You have so much more motivation, so much more energy. So if you do have big, audacious goals, why not keep your body in its best physical performance? Because that'll just keep your mind in its best performance, which will help you to achieve those goals quicker, faster, better, more excitedly.
100%. And the more you become, or the more you are in tune with your body and your mind and the way that you eat and the way that you feel. Like, I mean, I was in Cape Town now from Friday to today, Monday, and I am a full believer in intentional eating, as I've spoken to you guys before. But literally, I go on holiday and enjoy what I'm eating. I don't pretend to eat a certain way or feel like I have to restrict myself at all. I eat whatever I want whenever I feel like it. But in saying that, I know for a fact, and I noticed it again being away, I eat whatever I want and I fully enjoy it in the moment. But I know that my mind starts to slip up when I'm not feeding my body the normal food that I usually feed it. So you'll just feel that loss of connection, and you'll be able to just pull it back in, pull in the reins and be like, hey girl, hey, let's just fix this out a little bit. It's way easier than what you realize.
Yeah. Okay. Next thing is to treat everyone, no matter their actions, with respect. I mean, I think this is just a general life thing. And I know it seems so hard when you think that someone's doing something that's not right because of your beliefs, but you'll find so much more peace when you just realize that everyone does things in their own way. Everyone believes things that they believe. And if you try control them or enforce your way of thinking or your beliefs on them, it's always going to cause conflict. And conflict doesn't help with anything. It just creates more anger, resentment, sadness, depression, disconnectedness from the people around you. So I mean, this can relate to manifestation, but this can relate to life in general. Just let people be and don't judge them harshly because they're not doing things the way you believe that they should be.
Completely. And I mean, like we were speaking about negativity, breeding negativity. It's so funny because my fortune cookie that I got last week at Yamatuki said, hate is never cured by hate is cured by love. And I love that quote because it fully relates to this aspect of things. You may have someone at work or at the office, if you work in an office environment, that treats you like a piece of shit every single day. And the question is, do you retaliate by also treating that person like a piece of shit, or do you just fully use their words as like a bubble reflection and just let it bounce straight back at them, and you just treat them with respect 100%? Because I mean, you may have someone in your personal life or family or friendship circles that really just gets on your nerves, and it's like, is it the fact that they make you angry or they say ugly things to you? Do you retaliate in the exact same way, because then you're just breeding more and more and more of it, or do you treat them in a better way with respect? Super important.
And it's so funny because I think a lot of things that annoy us about other people tend to actually mirror the things
of ourselves.
Yeah, exactly, you said it perfectly.
Literally.
So you might be feeling mad or sad or whatever it is at someone else for doing something, but you probably do the exact same thing without even realizing it. So take those moments to actually sit back and have a look at yourself and see if you're doing the same thing, because it's just showing you it's probably something you need to work on in your life and in your not your personality, but your reactions and all of that stuff.
Completely agree. Okay, and then the 10th point is to take action on the inspired ideas. Write them down when you plan on taking action on it today. So, I mean, like we said before, write it down, but I think it's also important, as Rox was saying earlier, to have a time frame. Also be realistic about things. You're not going to write down that you'll be the first millionaire in your family in the next 6 months. Like, yes, it may be attainable to some people, but there's a lot of people that's really not attainable to. It may take a year or 2 or 3 or whatever your situation is. You might write down that you want to be the first millionaire in your family by the age of 35 or 40, but put down some sort of a time frame, because otherwise you completely leave your goals open-ended and there's no construct in your like law of attraction for the universe to be able to be like, okay, this girl wants something by then, like let me give it to her. That's what she's manifesting. I can sit here and be like, I want to have a black mansion. Like everything black, like black paint, black chairs, black floors, black garage. I want like a fully black mansion. When the hell am I going to get that black mansion if I don't say I'm going to have a black mansion by the age of 35? Like, just give yourself some sort of a little time frame. I'm using the most ridiculous examples, but every single person is trying to manifest something so different in their life.
And I think remember to take action, because I mean, you can set all these big audacious goals, but if you don't actually take steps and take actions towards achieving them, they're never going to happen. I think that's what the biggest mistake that people make with manifestation is that they do the whole process, they write it down, they say their affirmations. No, I'm going to be the most, like, what, let's say a woman to make top Forbes top list. What's it?
Forbes 30 under 30.
Yes, that's the one. But you do nothing. You wake up in the morning and like, check my bank account. Nope, still nothing there, because you can't just snap your fingers and it happens. So taking action is such a big thing. I mean, I think we all wish we had a little genie in a lamp that would grant us 3 wishes. But that's not real life. So yeah, just taking action. And also like we were saying, the more you focus on it, the more you'll start to notice things that happen around you. Take action if you get opportunities. If life hands you lemons, make that lemonade, girl.
Make your lemonade. Okay, guys, so those are obviously now 10 ways that you can use or try to use law of attraction into your life or bring it into your life. Like we said, you don't have to use all of them, but I think it's also important now to just touch on ways that people mess up a little bit when it comes to law of attraction. Because if you haven't done any research or ever even had a conversation with someone about the laws of the universe, every law is very sensitive to wording, like we've spoken about before. So I think it's important to know where you can go wrong when you're trying to welcome the law of attraction into your life. So we'll just touch on some things that you shouldn't do, or you should refrain from doing, or just try to fix if you are doing them. Like we said, when you have a conversation in your head, to just catch yourself out. These are the same sort of things. You might be really trying to use the law of attraction, but you may be doing it incorrectly. So these are just some ways that you can fix it and make your law of attraction manifestation even better.
Okay, so number one is limiting beliefs. So limiting beliefs can hold you back from manifesting what you want, because they can be fighting against the exact thing that you're trying to attract in your life. This is what we're saying. You are your own biggest enemy, you are your own biggest critic. So maybe take some time to journal or meditate, or whatever your process is, to align your thoughts and see what is holding you back from achieving your goals. What is your mind always telling you when you set these big goals? Maybe your mind's telling you you're not good enough, no one in your family was ever rich, so you don't deserve it, you could never be that way, it's just not in your genetics, or not in your future, or not in your whatever it is. Find those limiting beliefs that your mind keeps replaying over and over, and actually work on them, because before you pinpoint, and without pinpointing where these limiting beliefs are coming from, you can't actively work on them and start removing them.
Completely. Okay, then number 2 is being inconsistent. This is obviously like anything in your life, but it also works with the law of attraction. So the key to harnessing the law of attraction for manifestation is clarity. So you always have to have a clear, specific picture of what you want and what you are trying to manifest. I think that just says it in itself. It doesn't really need an explanation, but just be consistent with what you want, guys, and keep thinking about it, keep manifesting it, and have that clear picture in your mind of exactly what it is that you want.
Yeah, consistency is so important with anything in life. Health, goals,
health,
money,
all the good things.
Yeah, keeping your relationship good, just consistency in everything.
Consistency is key.
Yes, let's be lame and say that. Consistency is key.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, that sums it up. Okay, number 3 is fear of the future. So worry is a low vibe emotion that cuts us off from the presence of the universe. This causes us to fall out of alignment with the universe, so we lose touch with the universal guidance. I think fear is such a big thing that people don't realize stops them from achieving goals. And it might not even be a fear that you are aware of. Could be, it's the same thing as limiting beliefs. It could be something that you're not aware of. Let's say maybe when you were younger, your parents are rich and they lost all their money, and you saw the devastation that it caused to your mom and your dad, and maybe they got divorced, and maybe you had a split home, and you ended up living in a tiny little, I don't know, little home that was 1 bedroom for 6 people, who knows. But that instills a fear in you, either a fear not to ever lose money and be rich always, or to not make lots of money because you don't want to go through that same thing again. So you need to face your fears and confront them, just kick them in the balls.
And I think, like it's saying, guys, worry is a low vibration feeling. Like if you are going through all the low vibration feelings all the time, like worry and stress and depression, you cannot work at a higher vibration. Like you are not trying to manifest anything that's higher than where you're sitting with worry. Like a lot of people worry about so many things that they don't even realize that it's even worry. It's just become a way of life. So please just try to notice, call yourself out on when you are worried. Okay, then number 4, is doubt and skepticism. So obviously, once again, doubt is an emotion that sends out negative energy into the universe, which is not what you want to be doing. So try to proactively shift your perspective from a place of doubt to a place of belief. So that's the same thing like we were talking about fear, or that little voice in the back of your head that keeps telling you that you can't do something. You need to be able to catch yourself out and to change that perspective from doubt to belief, and believe that you can do something or you can achieve your goals.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize like emotions and these like doubts, fears, they send out a vibration to the universe, and the universe sends back a vibration to match that one. So, I mean, you can even do a post about it this week, but there's ways that you can raise your vibration, and there's emotions that are much higher vibrations than obviously these negative ones. So just by starting to practice more happiness, joy, excitement, whatever, you raise your vibration, and then so the universe starts to send more of that vibration back at you.
100%.
All right, number 5, not taking action. So the law of attraction and manifestation is an act of co-creation with the universe. The universe will not just magically make all of your dreams come true. You are going to have to put in the work. We've already said this. It's just touching on that point again, but you need to take action.
Literally, you need to take action. You can't just sit and be like, this is what I want, but you're not working towards your goals. Like, it's never going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6, being impatient. This is also super important. So when you're being impatient, you fall out of alignment with the universe. Simply step back and let the universe lead the way. So you are working towards your goals, you are manifesting, you are using positive affirmation, you're doing all the right things, but don't be impatient. I promise you right now, that is the way the law of attraction works. If you are doing things all the right way, you will get what you want in this world. I promise you that, but do not be impatient, because the more you're impatient, that's also connecting to that little bit of doubt in your mind that's actually saying, I'm not going to achieve it because I'm not achieving it right now. And you know what? You may put down on a piece of paper that you want to achieve that thing by the age of 35, but that might not be the universe's plan for you. Like, yes, you've put down a time limit so that you have something to work towards, but you may achieve it when you're 45 because that's when the universe had a plan for you. So it's not saying that you won't get these goals or you won't achieve these things in your life, but you will achieve it at the time that's right for you. So just take all the right steps and it will happen.
And don't give up. I mean, I'm just thinking about, I've always remember seeing that, I don't want to call it a meme, it was just like an animation or a drawing, whatever. But it was a picture of a guy in a tunnel, like digging through a tunnel. And he gets to a point where he gives up. But obviously you can see in the picture, he was literally like 10 centimeters away from reaching the gold under the ground. So don't give up. If you've put in all the hard work and all everything you need to put in to get there, it's going to happen eventually. And if it might not happen, like B said, when you want it, when you expect it to, but it will happen. So just keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Okay. Number 7 is not letting go. Allow yourself to fully let go of the outcome. The universe's plan will turn out to be far better than anything you could have imagined. So I think, yeah, a lot of people get so attached to their final goal that they don't enjoy the process, or they get so like feeling set back from things that don't go their way, that they just let go of the whole entire dream. Also, I think people get so set on the final outcome that it might change. And that's okay, because we all change all the time. And the goal you set when you're 16 might not be the goal you want to set when you're 28. So always just revise and go back to your goal and make sure it's still in alignment with what you want and what you need in your life and for your life.
Yes, I completely agree with that. Okay, and then number 8, reframe your affirmations. So for an affirmation to work, it must be positive and stated in the present tense. So that's super important. This is what we were speaking about with wording. You may be using the law of attraction, but you may not be using the right words. So everything must be said in the present tense. Review the affirmations you are using and reframe them to increase your alignment with the universe. So write your affirmations basically as they already are. So I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am exactly all those things. I mean, it's not I want to be healthy or I will heal. Yes, you are healing. So everything that you write needs to be written in the present tense as if it already is. And that is how the universe gifts it to you, because you do believe that it already is. I know it sounds like sometimes a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, but it's the way of a law of attraction works. So it's super important to do that.
And I think also an important note here is that the universe doesn't understand positive or negative versions of something. And that's where a lot of people go wrong as well. So the law of attraction is that what you focus on grows. That's the short end of it. But a lot of people then set like, I want to lose weight. The universe doesn't understand lose, it just understands weight, and you're focusing on weight. So what happens, you always tend to pick up weight. So make sure you word your affirmations and your goals and your desires or whatever it is in a way that will, whatever you're focusing on is what you actually want. So instead of saying I want to get out of debt, the universe is just hearing debt. Say I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy,
I am making money.
I am rich. Yes, sorry. You really caught me out there.
Literally, I'm like, no, girl, because I always think about the weight thing. And I'm like, I don't even use the word weight when I think about things, because I'm like, exactly like Rox is saying, the universe doesn't know whether or not weight is a positive or negative thing towards you. So, I mean, if that is something that you are focusing on, obviously We're not saying that anyone should be losing weight or anything like that. But if that is a goal in your life, probably what you're looking for is to feel comfortable within your own body. So that's the words that I always use if that's something that I'm lacking and not feeling at that point in my life, is if you say, I am comfortable in my body, I am comfortable in the way I look, I'm comfortable in all of these things. It's saying things as the way that they are now, and it literally will manifest into your life. So present tense.
Perfect. Okay, number 9 is not saying yes enough. So the universe works in mysterious ways. We all know this. And opportunities can present themselves all of a sudden. This will require you to step outside of your comfort zone and just go for it. I mean, this just reminds me of that movie, Yes, Man. There are some times when you should not say yes, but I think basically just realizing that if life presents you with opportunities that are going to help you like get towards your goals better, quicker, faster, whatever it may be, say yes. Don't shy away from them. Don't say no, maybe tomorrow, maybe next month, because you may never get those opportunities again. And that might be the one opportunity that is the only stepping stone to getting to where you want to get in your certain time frame. I mean, that could be the reason why you set your goal to be a millionaire by 35, but you only reached it at 45 because you're not taking action and you're not saying yes to the dress.
Yes. Say yes more in your life. And I mean, guys, like Rox is saying, you don't have to say yes to everything. If you watch that movie, Yes Man, literally he has to say yes to everything. And I mean, there's some things that you just shouldn't. But with regard to just saying yes more in your life, I mean, you'll get that gut feeling. Sometimes it may be fear that overtakes you, that makes you feel like you want to say no. But there are other times where you'll get a gut feeling that something is just not right for you and you don't want to do it, and that's fine. But there's situations that you there's situations that you maybe will usually say no to. Say yes. I mean, you may have a group of friends from work or people that aren't even your friends that say to you, hey, Roxak, do you want to come with us to this yoga class after work? And you're like, immediately thinking, listen, I'm so bad at yoga. Like, I've never done yoga before. These people are probably pros. I'm not going with them, blah, blah, blah. All these thoughts rush your mind. You might go and afterwards be like, I'm literally signing up at this yoga studio. I need to practice yoga for the rest of my life. Or, you know, like Rox is saying with regard to business, someone may say to you, Rox, I really need your help with this presentation at work. Like, will you assist me and just like stand up with me? And you may go, that little mind or little thing in the back of your mind might go, I'm not good at public speaking. Like, I can't stand in front of all those people. But you standing up there may be the situation which opens your boss's eyes to you as a person and how capable you really are at doing more in your job, and you may receive more from that. So sometimes being a little bit uncomfortable is really beneficial, but don't do things that are completely like just making you feel a gut no.
A large gut no.
Yeah.
I think if it benefits your mind or your physical health, then say yes.
Yes, that's a good example.
And if it puts you out of your comfort zone in
Sometimes
a good way
it's good.
for learning and growing.
Yes. But if someone's asking you to go to a party on Friday nights and you really don't want to go, I mean, yes, you may meet the love of your life, but also something bad may happen and you don't want to go. So just don't go.
Listen to your gut.
Okay, and then the last thing that people tend to do wrong with the law of attraction is the lack of gratitude. Gratitude. I feel like I could tattoo this word on my forehead. When you are not grateful, when you are not grateful for what you have, you are in a state of lack. Obviously, lack is another thing that is low vibrational, and you do not want to be in that situation. So it gives off a needy and manipulative energy, which cuts us off from the universe. So if you're feeling a lack of gratitude, it may be like this is saying you are feeling needy. The universe might feel like, okay, this person is like biting off more than they can chew, or you're not grateful for what you already have. So how am I supposed to give you more in life? Like Rox and I say, I mean, it literally boils down to being grateful that you have a clean glass of water to drink, where people are literally suffering in the world. It sounds so hectic, but it's exactly what it is. To be grateful that you've got clean sheets tonight, or you've got someone to help you clean your house, or you've got a broom to clean your house, or you've got a house to clean. Like, it literally boils down to being grateful about the smallest things that people don't have in their life that we take for granted. And the more gratitude that you show, the more that you'll be grateful for in your life, and the more you'll be given in your life to be grateful for, because positivity breeds positivity.
And I think I like how They say the universe will cut you off when you're being greedy and manipulative. Sorry, my tongue was not working there. I like to think about you and the universe as being in a relationship together, because I mean, think about it from your side. If you were with a partner that was needy, manipulative, greedy, moody, whatever it may be, chances are you're not going to respond to them very well, and that relationship is not going to work out. So always think about how you are towards your life and the universe as if you were in a relationship with that person, and if that would either make you want to give them more, spend more time with them, or shut the doors and go running.
I really love that example that you use, because I feel like you can use it in every aspect. I mean, if you think about being in a relationship with someone who is, and this may make it more black and white for you to realize how your relationship with yourself and the universe benefits one another. But I mean, you imagine being with a partner who you see 3 times a week because that's what you can afford in your schedule. And your partner is just so ungrateful that you never see them. You never see me, like, I need more from you, blah, blah, blah. But the more grateful that person is that you get to see them 3 times a week, and that you take the time to see each other and to spend alone time together and to be with one another, the more time you'll want to spend with that person. Same thing as if somebody is completely spoiled by their partner and they are constantly given gifts. Like, one day you're getting a handbag, one day you're getting a trip, one day you're getting a flipping new pair of shoes. Like, you'll eventually see that, I mean, you may have some people that do become manipulative and ungrateful and all of those things, and it's not enough. Like, I want a Prada. Like, why did you buy me a bag from Zara if I could get Louis? Like, guys, will you want to gift that person more, or will you want to cut that person off and be like, they are so ungrateful? Like, be grateful for the smallest things in your life, and the universe will give you so much more.
100%. I love that.
Yeah.
That pretty much ends off
on a good note.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in again. I mean, that was just one of the laws of the universe. If you'd like us to chat about more of the laws of the universe, that's something we can touch on. The law of attraction is super important, I think, in every single person's life, because like we say, whether you think you are or you think you're not, you are practicing the law of attraction every single day. It could be positive, it could be negative. So why not put the effort into doing it the right way and to manifest more good things in your life?
100%.
Yeah, so if this episode helped you guys, let us know. As we always say, we are free to chat. So if you guys want to speak about anything or ask us any questions, or just make sure that you are doing things the right way. And I mean, you might want to share your vision board. It might be cool to make a vision board and we all share our vision boards with each other. Or maybe you just want to chat and be like, listen, I've written this down in this way, like, how can I fix it? And we can be like, well, it's not in the present tense. Like, sometimes things just slip your mind. So you can chat to us about anything, as always. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, please let us know. And as we said, if there's anything specific that you want us to speak about in the episodes to come, let us know too, because we are open to everything.
Also, B and I had a little chat before we recorded this episode, and we thought, why not do a manifestation challenge?
Yes, for your law of attraction.
So also let us know if that would be something that you guys would be interested in. We'll start setting it up and obviously share on all our social media platforms. But if you're not following us on Instagram, it's at the health. Is it the Health and Harmony Goals or Health and Harmony Goals?
I think it's Health and Harmony Goals, all one word.
So yes, at Health and Harmony Girls.
I'm just double
we like
checking.
trying to check, but the Wi-Fi ain't great here.
I'm like, guys, it's like the one thing that I constantly have to check.
Let's see. Yes, Health and Harmony Goals. One word, all words. Facebook also Health and Harmony Goals, I think.
Yes.
But obviously, if you just go to our website, it's www.health-harmony.co.za. All of our information is there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you can find us, and let us know if you want us to chat about anything else, if you want to join the journey. But yeah, until next time, guys, hope you have a fabulous week, and we'll catch you next week.
Make your goal for this week, guys. If you follow us on Instagram, if you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, but make your goal for this week, as we said earlier, what we posted this morning for a Monday: less attitude, more gratitude.